Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Taylor Nicole, and today I'm doing a very different type of video that I have never done before. But I just thought it would be kind of fun to do a little Q&A on Snapchat kind of thing. Mostly because I'm really curious to see what your guys' faces look like, because I get used to seeing like your usernames and stuff all the time, and I'm like, man, I wonder what they look like. Some of you just sent like little chats and stuff with questions, which I'll still answer those, but I'm just gonna answer as many as I can and we'll see how long it goes. So let's just get started. All right, the first one is from Ilsa Hansen. She said, hey girl, so happy you're doing a Q&A. Just wondering if you could, if you drink cold brew, and if so, what's your favorite drink to make? I love cold brew, and honestly, the way to drink cold brew I think is either plain or just with a little bit of cream or a little bit of coconut milk or a little bit of almond milk. I like cold brew like more plain than anything because I think that that's the best flavor to accentuate it, because cold brew already like has such a distinct flavor. But if you feel like you need to add flavor, vanilla is always like a good basic one to add in there, and that's kind of my advice, I guess. Or you could add some white chocolate. White chocolate is really good too with some cream. Shannon said, hey, I live in the UK and I'm working as a barista before going full-time after uni. My latte art is improving, but I find it difficult. Any tips? No, actually, I'm really bad at latte art, and I don't even do latte art. Yeah, I don't do latte art. I've tried it, and like I understand how to make good milk, but I'm just not very patient. I'm not the person to ask for that, I'm sorry, but thanks for watching my videos. Oh, and she said, also, I love your channel and I'm so glad you're making even more content. Aw, thank you.
Hey Taylor, my name's KB. I was curious to know, is there a certain quote that like is your favorite, or that you live by, to get you through tough times? Like, what's your mantra? Just curious. Love you.
Oh, love you. That was so sweet. I love seeing your faces. See, that's like so fun for me. I think my favorite is, let me look it up really quick so I can actually quote it correctly. This is one of my favorite quotes. I have a lot of quotes. I just am such a quote person. I love them. But I like the one where it says, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Because I think like sometimes you get really motivated and you're really determined to work really hard and really fast at something, and other times you're not as motivated, and like that's super normal for us as humans, you know, to have different times where we are really determined and other times where we just really don't feel like working on our goals or working on anything, and that's okay. Like, so I think sometimes it's okay to slow down as long as you don't stop and you just do like one little thing every day to get you closer to your goal. That's kind of like how I live my life, so I'm not super hard on myself, because I'm like, as long as I'm making a little bit of progress every day, like I'm still gonna be able to look back in 6 months and see like how far I've come.
Hey Taylor, first of all, I love your videos. Second
Thank you.
What is your go-to order at a coffee stand?
My go-to order, I guess it depends on the day. I would say, okay, if I want a sweet drink, I will get an iced 16-ounce white chocolate Americano with cream. That's like a sweet drink for me. I don't really ever drink milk except like what's in an Americano. And other than that, like my healthier drinks, I like having just Americanos with honey and cinnamon, either iced or hot with almond milk. I think that's really good. And other times I just like a plain Americano with a little bit of cream or a little bit of hemp milk or something in there. I'm pretty simple. My orders are not very exciting. Music is Live said, I love your videos so much. Thank you. Literally, I love you. What advice can you give on finding true happiness, and what motivates you every day or days that are tough for you? Said Linda Rocks are cool. Linda Rocks cool. Kind of already said this already, but that quote that I shared earlier, when days are tough and I maybe don't feel like working on my goals, or don't feel like I'm, I don't know, just not motivated or depressed or whatever, I always try to do like at least one little thing a day that like improves myself. I'm just really big on self-improvement, and I like to always be the best version of myself, so constantly looking for ways to do that.
I was wondering how you deal with temptations of your relationship while trying to have it God-centered, if that makes sense.
That's a good question. I think it's different for every person. If you need to just be held accountable, some people need a lot of accountability. I think everyone needs a certain amount of accountability, and I think that belongs to the people closest to you. So I'm accountable to like my closest friends. Like for example, my friend Bianca and I, we talk about everything, and she holds me accountable to things in my relationship and stuff like that. And also just like me and Garrett are super clear about everything. We talk about everything, and we have, you know, like there's boundaries set, and there's expectations in our relationship, you know, that you have to set very clearly so that there's not any confusion between the two of you, and you have to be on the same page. So hopefully that answered your question.
Hi Taylor, your vlogs are awesome. I love that you don't put up with anybody's crap. So funny, love it. My question for you is, if you could travel anywhere in the world on no budget, where would you go?
Easy. Okay, I really want to go to New Zealand or Australia. Okay, I picked two. I just feel like New Zealand has cool adventurous things, and I just like love adventure, and I love putting myself in uncomfortable positions and like jumping off of scary stuff, or I don't know, I just like want to do fun stuff like that. So I would want to like just travel around and do like all kinds of adventure-y things. All of it. Adrenaline, yes, please. What?
I don't know if this is too late or not, and I'm sorry if it is, and you probably won't even open this anyways, but I just want to know how you find like a guy who's godly. Does that make sense? Like, how do you like search for one, I guess? I don't know. Love you.
Love you, that was cute. You don't search for it, I guess is what I would say. Like, you just have to trust enough in God's plan. I know that that's like not really what you want to hear, but my rule of thumb is like, if you have an expectation of the kind of person you want to be with, you also have to be that kind of person. But let's put you on a scale of maturity. Let's say like you are a 6 and you're like, I want like the most mature guy ever that has his life together and like has a good job and has all this stuff, and he's a 10. But you're down here being a 6 and you're not being your best self and you're not being very mature and you're making foolish decisions. Like, he's not gonna want you, if that makes sense. And vice versa, it goes the other way around for guys and girls, whatever. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, if you're not at the same standard that you expect to find in someone else, they're not gonna be attracted to you either. So it's kind of like calling you out. I'm not saying you personally for asking that, but like any of us. I felt like in the meantime, when I was single, before this relationship, I was single for quite a while, and I just focused on being the best version of myself. And I feel like if you're the best version of yourself, you're gonna attract the right person that has the same motives as you, has the same maturity level, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my advice. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but it's less about searching and more about like, just focus on making yourself the best version of yourself, and the right guy is gonna be attracted to that. Whoa, this is long. Okay, Ashley Sparks says, what makes you nervous about opening Salted Road? She asked a lot of questions. Okay, that one, the thing that makes me nervous is like, this is a super raw and real moment, but I am really excited for it, but I'm like still learning the backside of business and everything. I feel like I'm a really creative person. I'm good with people. I understand coffee, but like the backside of everything, the numbers and all of the finances and all this, like, I don't know, just logistics and stuff are not really my forte. I'm trying to learn it, but that kind of stuff I'm a little bit more insecure about, and eventually maybe I can hire someone to do it for me. But right now I'm trying to learn everything, and it's what I'm most unsure about. And I know that, you know, if you don't have that stuff under control, you can fail a business. So I don't know, that kind of makes me nervous sometimes, but I'm just trying to like continue to learn and just like take it slow, and eventually it's going to become like second nature for me. So that's probably what makes me the most nervous. She said, this isn't really a question, but you and Garrett should go on a trip and vlog over the summer. Well, good news is when he's coming home for the summer, I'm going to be driving his truck back with him, so we kind of will be on a road trip. She said, I love you and your videos so much. I also love listening to your rant / story, so you should do more. One last question, when should the Salted Road trailer be done? We are aiming for June. I don't have a specific date at this point, but June. She said, who is your favorite band artist? Also, I think you're beautiful and such a sweet person, totally inspiring. Thank you. That was really sweet. Who was that? Ali Kato 3. My favorite band? I don't have one. I'm like really not a favorites person. I don't ever have favorites because I change my mind so much. Like I don't have favorites, but I love country music. I don't have a favorite artist, but that's like one of my favorite genres, and also worship music, but I like acoustic worship music. I like super laid back music because I'm one of those people that like picks up on the energy of music, and if something is like super sporadic and like high intensity, I get like anxious because I like start to pick up the energy of the song, if that makes sense.
Hi Taylor, I was just wondering, what is your favorite memory of all time that you have with Garrett? Love you and your channel. Hi Taylor.
Oh, love you. Okay, the first one that came to mind, it's not really like a happy memory, but it's really funny, and I feel like it was such like a big moment for our relationship. When we first started dating, long story short, we went on this like river rafting trip with some young adults from my church, and we went on some tubes and got like the tire tubes that you get from like Les Schwab, and they're supposed to not pop. Mine popped, and mine was the only one that popped, and everyone left me. Obviously Garrett couldn't because we were dating, or this was right before we were dating. I actually don't remember. He didn't leave me, and he didn't have shoes on, but I had shoes on, and he was like, it's okay, you get on the tube, I'll walk. But it was hurting his feet so bad that I was like, it's okay, I'll walk. So I'm like walking through the river, and there's like tough tough currents, and like we're like almost half drowning because both of us were sharing one tube and there's not enough space for 2 people. So basically he was on the tube and I was like just holding on to the end of it. Like we were laughing super hard but also like kind of scared and pooping our pants, but it was like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite memories just because it was so intense, and I saw that like he cared about me a lot in that moment because he was willing to walk on the rocks, but I felt bad for him because I was like, I have shoes on, I'm fine. It's funny now, it wasn't funny then because I actually kind of thought one of us was gonna drown. Kaylee says, hey Taylor, I'm a new subscriber to your YouTube channel, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you're from Washington, right? What other states have you visited? I'm from the other side of US in Maine. That's cool. I've never been to Maine. I visited not that many, honestly. Like, well, I used to live in Wisconsin, and we would drive every single summer to go visit our family in Wisconsin, and yes, I live in Washington, so we would drive through all the time. We would go to Idaho and Montana and North Dakota and Minnesota. Did I miss one? And then Wisconsin, and then I've been to Ohio, but I don't remember it. I was really young. I've been to North Carolina a couple times, South Carolina, I've been to Alabama, I've been to Oregon, I've been to California, I've been to Texas, obviously, and where else? Oklahoma, but I don't remember that. I was really young. Arizona. I think that's about it. Meg says, have you been baptized? Do you have any suggestions for people going through the process of making Christ their Lord in life? Yes, I was baptized when I was younger, and my advice, to keep it short, is just to not compare your story to other people's, because I think it's super easy when you're trying to figure it out, like your relationship with God. It doesn't need to be something that you have a certain recipe to success in your relationship with God. Like, it's gonna progress at different speeds, and you're gonna have different questions than other people are gonna have. So I would just say, don't compare your story to other people. Like, what God is taking you through is not gonna be what God is taking someone else through. Like, you're not gonna go through the same things, you're not gonna have the same doubts and everything like that.
So I was wondering, what do you consider to be either your happy place or the things that make you the happiest?
I would say the people closest to me, I guess, like, because I do believe that life is about relationships. All this stuff we have in life is great. Like, you can have hobbies, you can have passions, you can have your career, you can have whatever, but like at the end of the day, if you're on your deathbed, like the things that are going to mean the most to you is going to be the people in your life. Not a question. Hi, I play volleyball at Texas State, and UIW baseball came to play us the other night. I saw Garrett for a quick second, immediately thought of you. You're such an inspiration and one of the realest YouTubers, so keep it up, girly. Maddie, that's so cool. You should have said hi to him. Why didn't you say hi? Amber says, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Here. I know that's kind of cheesy, but I mean, I don't know. I've only lived like in Wisconsin, but I was little, and then I lived overseas, like, well, like in Belize for a few months and in Peru for a couple months, and that's like obviously a huge culture shock. So I really like Washington. I like the mild weather, and I like that we have really good coffee, and I like that we have beaches, we have mountains, we have I don't know, we just have a lot. I like it here. Leah Gale says, what's your favorite verse in the Bible? Also, I found your YouTube recently, and I just really enjoy and love it. I think you're awesome and love hearing your story. P.S. I'm a fellow barista. Again, I'm not really a favorites person, so I don't really have a favorite. Madeline Selesky said, have you and Garrett talked about marriage and or future for you both? What do y'all see happening in the next couple of years? Well, I guess you'll just have to find out now, won't ya? Who are people that inspire you? You inspire me. I love you so much. I love you so much. I don't know. Guys, I'm so bad at like choosing like one answer for everything. I don't have that. Well, this is so cheesy, but Bianca is like one of my closest friends. All of my friends inspire me, but like I just really appreciate Bianca. Our relationship is really cool because we both are business owners, and it's like a hard thing to go through at this age because a lot of people don't understand what it's like. I mean, we love it more than anything, but it's just tough, and she inspires me because she happens to be there for people and maintain really like awesome relationships with friends like me, Lucky being one of them. She's engaged and like manages that relationship on top of owning a business, and I just like really appreciate her, and she's such an awesome friend. So she inspires me to be, you know, like continue to work hard and be successful in what you do, but that doesn't mean that you don't love the people around you. Caroline said, hi Taylor, you're such a beautiful and kind-hearted individual, and your story today on your Instagram was amazing. I was just wondering how you get yourself to let go and let God, and what is your favorite way to dedicate time to him? In all honesty, I'm really bad at dedicating time to him, and I know this is a really cheesy thing to say, but I'm more of a believer in having God throughout every part of your day rather than like 10 minutes I'm gonna sit down and read my Bible and then I'm done with him for the day. I've never been good at reading my Bible, and I've tried to get better, and I've tried to get better, and I know I still should always get better, but it's just always been a hard thing for me. And so I focused a lot on like, you know, just praying throughout the day and praying for opportunities to show his love, like my Instagram story today where I was just driving and I felt like I should give my blanket to a homeless woman, so I did. Like stuff like that, where I feel like God speaks to you throughout the day. I'm just being aware of like his voice and when he's like asking you to go do something, or like go do something nice for someone else, if that makes sense. Kitty says, are you still doing the Snapchat Q&A? Yes. Mama Pixie says, hey, I absolutely adore you. I might have accidentally sent you a picture, not trying to be creepy. I am not good with technology, even though I'm 27. You inspire me so much. I've always wondered, are you and G talking about marriage, and do you want kids? Aw, cute. She sent me a picture of her face so I could put a face to her name. Yeah, we've talked about marriage. Like, we're both, you know, we're not gonna date for no reason. There's obviously like an end to the dating, but yeah, we've talked about marriage, and yes, I want kids. Mostly because I'm curious what they look like, but yeah, no, I do want kids. I really want to raise like good people, you know, and put more good people in the world, but that's like far in the future. And Banana Girl said, you're so pretty, and how did you meet your boyfriend? We actually went to the same elementary school, so yeah. Yes, that actually was the end of the Q&A. I got through all the questions because I answered them pretty quickly, so I know it's still kind of a long video, but thank you for watching. I might split it up, I might not. I guess you know when you're watching this, but I hope you guys have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this, and thank you for all your support. I love it, and I love that all of you guys participated, so thank you for sending me your face to your name, and seeing your face was so fun. All right, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.